Hey, good evening, family. Welcome to the Men's Talk. Show you my food in a few minutes. The one and only, underrated one, the grinder. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel, the Underrated Darkness. Again, we have a Men's Talk. Earlier I just did sports and we get your mind get blank. Politics, darkness, darkness roundtable. Check that out. I just finished that a little over an hour ago. Check that out. So, trying to get some man on. We're going to discuss about a few things tonight, like we always do. Strengthen the brotherhood. So I'm looking for man to be on the panel tonight. This Man's Talk. So by watching, you know, see. Okay. So wait for some man to get it filled up. So it's great for some more people get on. Plus, in a few minutes, I'm gonna show my food. Inspiration family, little simple stuff. You know what I mean? Add my little twist on that. So waiting for some more people to get on. Waiting for some more brothers to get on. Brothers, get on tonight. Waiting for some more people to get on. Try to see something, family. I get with y'all in the field. Get with y'all. See what's up. See what's up. Let me see something. See something. LA City. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for coming back. Glad you're here. Wait some more people to get in. Man's Talk tonight. Okay. Let me see some family. Let me see. Be patient, fam. Be patient, family. Oh, shoot. Yo, thanks for the one. Thanks for the one. Thanks for that one down. Thumbs down. Appreciate that. Thank you.
What's up?
What's going on, brother?
Good, man. Good, brother. Good. I'm all tucked, just chilling.
What you eating?
I said, nah, I'm all good. I'm good now. I had a little bit of soup, feeling too right before, so I had some
Okay.
soup and a couple pieces of fish.
Okay. Yeah, it
You
was
know what I
good.
mean?
Yeah. That was a pretty good live we did.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
that
a
was on money.
yeah, bro. Yo, the darkest round table.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah. And the ladies was good too and all that.
yeah. The vibe was great. That's what I wanted. The
Right.
vibe was great. Um,
So you had 28 like likes and shit.
y'all went up. Went to 31 now.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, it went up now. Oh man, yeah, went up to 31. I got,
Uh
they got 3 dislikes. It's all good. Thank you. Appreciate that.
right.
You know what I mean? So what we gonna do?
Yeah.
I just got off of Gab's chat about 20 minutes ago. He had a full panel. He said, Underrated, won't you get up here? I said, all right. You know what he called me now? Huh? Yeah, Gab called me the great underrated dog. I said, you crazy, bro. Don't say that, man. He was jealous of that shit, man. He's like, yo, you mean?
Right.
I gotta find a name. I gotta find a name for Gab. I find some names for Gab. I gotta find a name for Gab. You know what I mean?
Right.
Again, any man that come into the panel, come to the chat. If you want to get on, let's go. Oh, let me see something. Man, fuck out here, man. Come on. Yeah. So how's your day so far, bro?
Just relaxing, brother. Just relaxing, brother. Too cold to be doing anything, so
You ain't
just
lying about that shit. I was going.
yeah.
I'm being honest with you, bro. I was going like, yo. I was going like, go 7-Eleven and give me a beer. I said, shit.
Shit.
Man, my black man from here
Have
drink some
bring it.
goddamn soda. That.
There you go.
I wasn't going out. I got to go out there tomorrow
Right.
because I got to pick up a few things for the house. But that's like
Oh, okay.
like morning, early afternoon, so I get back to the house and rest. I mean, like
Right.
that, man. So
Right. Yeah, I didn't do too much. That I just said hell with it. You know what I mean?
yeah. Let's see. I don't
Just
want to hear
chill.
that. Okay. Hey, the body snatchers, what's going on, brother? How you feel? Long time no see. If you want to get on the panel, let me know, brother. You can get on. Man's talk tonight. Man's talk tonight. Let me know if you want to get on. Because I know you're a busy brother now, Act like you don't know nobody no more. But it's all right, brother. It's all right. Hey, what the fuck going on? Yeah, so everything all right, bro?
Yeah, just looking at a little bit of the Knicks and the Nets in Barclays Center.
Oh, okay. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I fixed me some burgers, man. I'm gonna show y'all. Wait some more people to get on.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, the body snatcher, if you want to get on the panel, let me know. I'll get you on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Gab just went off?
Who? Who?
Gab.
No, Gad came on 8 o'clock. He gonna be on there for a while. He said when he cuts off everything, if we still on, he gonna come on.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I said, cool, no problem, brother. I know. Like I said, he sent me the link. Like, yo, come and get on the side.
Right.
I said, I can get on a few minutes and shit. Do that.
Where my man Sheep been at?
I send a link to him. I send a link to him. Just send it to him. See what's up. Yep, send a link to the brother.
Right.
Matter of fact, come and think about it, I should send a link to Jaquel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot that. I can't answer that. Can't answer that. I'm in the zone, son. I'm in the zone, son. I'm sending a link to Jaquel. Yeah.
You should send one to RBR.
Huh? Artist on
Send one
gas.
to RBR. No. RBR.
You smoking now, man. I don't know what you eating, man. Oh. I don't even have it. No, man. Yeah, he be all right where he at. Nah, I respect him. But you know, he all right where he at, man. Nah, he all right where he at.
Right. Leave him right there, right? Yeah.
No, I respect, yo. I don't got no call for that nigga out, but I mean, that's all right, though. You good? He good?
Right. He said you smoking.
I say you smoking, motherfucker. You gonna tell me?
That's what I know.
What you trying to do? You trying to get that shit taken away, motherfucker? Like that, man? Fuck, man.
Wow. Oh man.
I told him, I said, yo, if you want to come to the party, you welcome. I did invite, but you know, it's up to him, you know what I mean? But it have to be some
Right.
relations. You know what I mean?
Right.
This yo, you know what I'm saying? Don't say anybody. This how I run my shit.
That's right.
You can't, yo, I'm saying, oh shoot. We can't
Be
respect that.
respectful.
Goes to
Be
anybody.
respectful of the host.
Yo, you can't
You
respect
know?
that. You can't join, yo. Can't
Right.
come. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? You
Right.
can't come to the peace. Can't do that.
Right.
Can't.
Right. Yeah, you gotta be respectful, man.
Yeah.
That's first and foremost.
That's right. Bro.
Uh,
Wait for some more people to get on. Get on. Damn, what's up? Wait for some more people to get on. Okay. So who's winning?
It's tied up right now, third quarter.
Okay.
Nets just took a 2-point lead.
Okay. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, Art. Yeah, he's at
He's on
Gabson
with
right now.
Gab now, right?
Yeah, he has the Gab chat right now, but I'm gonna send him the link anyway. Fuck him. I'm gonna send him the link.
Right.
I'm gonna send him the link in case. Like that.
Right. He might have got off. Yeah.
Yeah, so. But he said he's going out anyway. Oh, reliable. Thanks for coming.
Art said he's going out.
Yeah, he said he's going out. Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, there goes the mix. There's the man mixing in action. What's going on, brother?
What's good? What's going on?
All right, man. How's the brother doing?
Good, good.
Yeah, thanks for coming, brother. Thanks for coming. How was your day?
It was all right. It was all right.
It's all right. Man, well, your brothers is here, man. You know, they taking the time. I'm gonna show you a little something. Little turkey burger with little green peppers on it. You know, my usual soda and stuff. I started to get some liquor and put in that motherfucker, but it was too cold to go. So I changed my mind.
Peace,
Too
my
cold.
brother.
Huh?
What's going on, my brother Muhammad?
How you feel, boss? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How you been?
Good, man. You know, just trying to, just deal with this cold weather up here, but it's all right.
Yeah, I heard it was freezing up there, boy.
Yeah, we're gonna get some more of that this week coming up too.
Yeah, it's cold here. It's cold here. It's just we don't got no snow, but it's cold.
Right.
It's like a good. I think right now it's about a good 25 degrees.
Yeah. Wow.
It's
Wow.
23. It's 22 over here.
Yeah, I know y'all getting that cold too, JT.
Oh yeah, man. Like I said, man, I was going. I took two garbage outside. I said maybe I get on the bus and get a little liquor. You know what I'm saying? You know, bless the man's talk tonight. But I said hell no, I ain't gonna go.
Too
So I
damn
got
cold.
my no. Hell no, I ain't going at it. And I just did. And I know the bus is coming. I just missed that bus. Fuck that. I ain't going. Fuck that. Hell no, they ain't catching my black ass out there. Fuck, I went back in the house, find me some soda, cook some food, show the family. That's it. Nah, I ain't.
How far is the liquor store? How far the liquor store from your crib?
3 miles.
Wow. Good God.
Yeah, we gotta take the bus. Like I said, on a nice day, I can get to like walk about 45 minutes. On a nice day. On a nice day. But not tonight. Well,
right.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I ain't going that shit no. I did try it. I'm like, yeah, maybe I get a little bottle. You know what I'm saying? I thought about it. I said, let me. Nah, that's not.
Right.
And they're like this, act a little kid. She's no.
Right.
Back in the house and shit. Yeah, man. I want to thank your brothers, they come to the live last night.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. That's me.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. Very much appreciated.
So what you think, Sheep, with this bullshit government shit, yo?
I mean, I did a I did a show about it, but I just like I said, I think it's just you know Trump on his bullshit, trying to scare people and all of that. Cause I see
Right.
they just said how they just opened the government back up so people could file their taxes and shit. So
Right.
Wow.
Right.
everybody
Right. Keep it over for
relax.
3 weeks.
Yeah, like the shit is just all he doing, man, is just acting like a little ass kid, man, with power. It's like when you give power to a little kid, what is he eventually gonna do?
Exactly.
If he don't be stopped, he gonna burn the house down. So
Yeah.
just doing little dumb shit. That's all.
Yeah, that's it.
Flexing his muscles, like, because at the end of the day, something that just happens
Oh.
is what they do. So
Right.
that's really what it is at the end of the day. Trump just,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
doing what Trump do.
Right. I think too. This morning they were showing the skies over New York, New Jersey, and Philly,
Mm-hmm.
and how all the planes were up there, just sitting up there, coming close to each other. See, if there's an accident up there or mid-air plane crashes on the Northeast, he bears responsibility. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I think he caved in for the moment. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because that's millions of people that are flying. So you know what I'm saying? And those air traffic controllers, they're forced to retire at 56 years old because of the pressures of the job and the stresses of the job. So, that shit's crazy. You know what I mean?
Mm. Yeah, that is.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. So, I guess he figured, man, let me cool out on this shit before something really truly happens. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, so
Yo, I
yeah.
got a phone call. I'll be right back.
All
All right.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
What you think about, man? The federal government got Roger Stone.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. They raided his crib early this morning, right?
That's what I heard.
And then he comes out of court because he had a $250,000. They released him on a $250,000 bond where he can go home. So I was like, what kind of shit is that? They wouldn't let us go home. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so we'll see, man. Because he already said he ain't gonna testify against Trump in court. So, but like you said, put that motherfucker in Alcatraz somewhere.
Yeah, word. I would do that, man.
All right.
Certain people you gotta punish them hard. Sometimes you're like, yo, all right,
Mm-hmm.
word, you ain't gonna say nothing. All right, yo,
Mm-hmm.
Roger Stone did this and that. I went. Matter of fact, remember I put it to because sorry, no, put that motherfucker public. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, cables for the bull. What? You mean you ain't said? I put it around. Make sure the motherfucker don't like Trump. He said he
Right.
ain't square word. He
Mm-hmm.
taking your money. Word. Go ahead.
Right. All right. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
He gonna talk.
Exactly. Real talk.
He, there are
Real
some.
talk.
Yeah, there are some people you gotta make example.
Yeah.
I'm a full believer in that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What you drinking?
Huh?
What you drinking?
No, I was just drinking some water.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely make an example of that motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you want to be tough guy, huh? Okay, tough guy.
You want to be player? Caller. All right. You will show you something, Roger Stone. Little stony lion boy.
Right. And he coming out of court with his hands raised like he won something. I'm like, wow. What the fire, boy? This motherfucker head. These pale faced motherfuckers, man. They really got that privilege, don't they?
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that little little Ouija Linus boy.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Uh, you getting people in the room?
Huh?
You getting people in on the chat?
Let me check. Let's see. I'm checking out some things, man. Gregory Wyatt. What's up? What's up, Gregory Wyatt? I ain't see you in a minute. What's going on?
What's up? Hey, my
Nikki,
man.
what's going on?
Gregory Wyatt, my man.
Mm-hmm.
Peace, baby. Salute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm back.
All
All right,
right.
cool.
My
Cool.
man.
What y'all chopping it up about?
We're gonna talk. Maybe we're gonna talk about the government shutdown. How it relates to us as men. How do we deal with our families and thinking about to have start to have a strong relationship with the young ones, and how do us as men to go about to strengthen relationship with the young ones in our community. That's where I'm at tonight. Oh, the ladies asked about you, Chief Casey.
Say that again.
The ladies asked about you today.
Who that?
Gigi and what's the other one? Damn. I forgot the other one, but she asked about you, and other people asked about you. They said, "How she stay asleep?" I said, "So far, you doing all right?"
Yeah. Shit, I'll be back around. Just been busy, that's all, man.
So, hey,
Shit, I've been around.
what about it's all good, man? You here now? That's what counts. Man, everybody get busy, man. You know what I mean? Everybody get busy. Nothing wrong with that. Matter of fact, let's get this thing going. Let's get this talk going. I can safely say both of you. I know she says you a father. You a father, right? Muhammad's the one? Hello? 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 Mom's the one. Well, I'll get to a few. So welcome, brother. Glad you had here. What the in these days there's kids that are young ones that is into video games, they're into internet, and they're into a lot of things. But it's very suddenly that it's very suddenly that you see like Michael said, there's no men actually is not doing it. But in our community, how do we go about to regain that relationship with our kids? I mean, do things with kids like throw a baseball, take them to the museum, have talks with them. How do we get back doing
Um, I think what we have to do is first, if you have children, you have to understand and be able to keep up with the times. You know, you got to understand that your child didn't grow up like you. They didn't grow up in the same era as you. They didn't grow up when certain things was cool. That's not cool now. So I think it's a give and take. You know, you got to do some of the things that you want your children to do. You got to do you got to make them do it, and you got to do things that they like. I think it's a
it?
give and take. You know, there's nothing wrong with going to museums and certain stuff like that. But for the most part, a lot of that stuff, a lot of kids don't want to do no more. They find that to be old and outdated, but it's important. So, like I said, it's a give and take. You do this, we go here this weekend. Next weekend, we'll go where you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's all a give and take because what you want at the end of the day with your children is an understanding. You want them to understand where you coming from, and you want to understand where they coming from too. Because at the end of the day, they still human. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, a lot of people treat their children, you know, like possessions, like they own and rule. And, you know, you don't own your children. You know, they're not a possession. They
Right.
belong to you, but they're not like an item. And a lot of people treat their kids like that. They treat their
Mm-hmm.
kids like animals, like how they try to treat animals, like pets. Like if you don't do what I say, there's a penalty type of stuff. Like it's always a control thing. Nah, it gotta be give and take if you want to have a healthy relationship with your children. Like I said, and the best thing to do is try to establish that understanding. They understand where you coming from, and you understand where they coming from. So you can't be out of touch with what's going on today. And a lot of parents they are.
Mm-hmm.
And they try to blame the kids, but it's not the kids. It's their fault.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Well, for me, that I'm not a father, but I know being as a god. I know for me. Hold on. Let me get this off, man, because nobody fucking look at me. Shit. Yeah, but for me being as a father, I mean as a godfather, what I do when I be with them, what I'm trying to do, I try to like find out like you said, find certain things they like, and we do them together. But majority of them is older now, so. But the young one, the one I was telling you about that lives in Hampton. Matter of fact, he be moved. Matter of fact, he's in Waynesburg right now. Come think about it. Damn. But anyway, he likes video games, but he like come to me. He like board games. He like Trouble. He got the new game, the new Monopoly game, and sometimes he like to play. And his time, like he wants to talk. And I mean, he got Xbox, PlayStation 4, and all that. Yeah, he has to play some, but he like board games. So, and it's funny I played with him like last week, and we were just like talking. You talk about why the president acting like this. So I explained to him about legislation, and he said, "Oh, he's like." He said, "I just want to stay where he act like y'all." Like, that's how it is. But it doesn't mean it stop you. You keep all you do what's good.
Mm-hmm.
And so I know for him, because like when he was young, he loved to play video. Can't get him more videos, but he's like, boy, I see you like that? I said, yeah, what about the video game? I said, I just got tired of it. Hmm? Yeah, I don't even go to he said, I don't even go to my friends to play. I said, let's play Monopoly, let's play Trouble. Hey, you well, I ain't coming over there. But he said, I already got stuff. I already got that. I can go back and play if I want. And so that's what I do, So what I'm gonna do in the near future is start buying games, buy
Mm-hmm.
board games, have them in the house. And sometimes, stuff, and then when he come over, he could play and stuff like that. Cause I know he loves like stuff like that. Cause that's true. We don't identify with the kids like because we think it's all about them. It sounds like a dictatorship. You know what I'm saying? You want the kids to respect you, but can't have no dictatorship. Like it's a give and take. So that's excellent. You know, and
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
yeah. Now, let me ask you a question. Now we've also, I know we do the fellowship dinner every Sunday, and I talk about food and stuff like that. Now the question is for you that why do you think it's very important that our kids that sit down with the family and I said old school break bread.
I think it's important because they need to understand the concept of family and what family do, and understand certain traditions too, because for the most part you want to have your kid keep certain traditions, even though they're gonna grow up in the new world, because they're gonna grow up when they're grown, the world's gonna be different.
Mm-hmm.
But you still want them to keep certain traditions because those were things that was kept um over the years, and those things are important.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with sitting at the table with your family and eating and discussing certain things.
Mm-hmm.
There's never nothing wrong with that. And I think a lot of families over years, that's how they built their bond and kept their bond with their family. I know for the most part, a lot of things that bring my family, you know, back around each other and back really talking like that is either um a funeral or some type of celebration. Like somebody either has to die or be born, or somebody's moving to the next level. And it's like, people, we come together and put other things to the side, and we fellowship, and even sometimes, things may get out of hand, and you know how black people are, bro. We
Mm-hmm.
may get together, start arguing, all types of stuff. But at the end of it, it's like it was something that needed to come out, and for the most part, we we um we enjoy each other. So I think that needs to happen because that's a form of healing.
Yeah.
A lot of families, they don't sit down and have Thanksgiving dinner no more. And it's not the fact that you coming together on Thanksgiving or celebrating this holiday. It's the ritual behind it. It's the fact that you got family coming from all over different parts of the United States. For some families, all over the world,
Mm-hmm.
just to come and be with each other at a certain part of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So in hindsight, yeah, holidays could be detrimental, but it has its upsides too, because it brings a family back together at least one time out of a year. Sometimes you won't see your family until Christmas, until New Year's. you know Sometimes you may not see certain family members for 5-10 years.
Mm-hmm.
you know when my uncle passed away in 2000 and what, I think it was 2008. I haven't saw my cousins and I haven't saw my cousins in them in like, and damn near 10 years. So the last time I saw them, we was like 11. And then for me to come back and now I'm like 20 something, like you got to think about that, man.
Yeah.
And it's sad to come back and be with each other and around that time, but you got to look at things in in a positive light too. You got to look at every situation from a negative and a positive aspect. And sometimes those things bring a family back together. And fellowship does that too. And like I said, some families stay together because of that. Look, they even showed that in the movie Soul Food.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they call it soul food too. Not just because of how it feels, but the symbolism behind it. The things that come along with sitting down and having that type of meal with your family. So that's my take on it.
Okay. Muhammad's the one. Welcome back. Muhammad's the one.
You probably having technical difficulties, bro.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you breaking up.
Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, that was my sister that called from the rehab. She's doing better. She just got over there, so everything is getting a lot better now, brother.
That's good to hear, bro.
It's good to hear.
Yeah. Considering where she was at 3 months ago, oh man, complete turnaround, brothers. You know what I mean? Thanks for y'all prayers and support. Anyway, what was the question?
The question is, why it's so important that you're a father, right?
No, father of a community, but
Okay,
not.
okay. Father community. Why it's so important that as you being the father community that we need to make time for our young ones?
Oh, good question. Well, I found that working with the youth all these years, I found, I never in a million years I thought I would be pointed in that direction, number one, to begin with. But when I finally engaged, you're trying to help and assist and guide that next generation. You know, for me, it was, you know, getting to know them, getting to see what they were about, what their goals were in life. How can I help them achieve that goal? Um, you know, basically giving them alternatives to the street life, letting them know there's nothing out there on the street for you. You know, nothing but bad endings, you know, because I explained my experiences back then about the streets and all that, because we all come from the streets somewhat. So it was important for me to stress the point of, even though we live in this country and most of them were going up to bat with two strikes already against them, I tell them, listen, I'll use a sports analogy. You got to foul the pitches off until you can get that hit. So what you do is, there's always a way to get around things. Even though you see a wall blocking certain things, I always try to reach to them. You could go around that wall. You know, you can always make something of yourself, but you got to want to be able to want it. You have to go get it. Nobody's going to hand you anything, especially as a black child, because if they do hand you something, it's going to come with stipulations. So I always made sure to prepare them for what lies ahead. And I found that was very important. I mean, wouldn't sugarcoat it. I gave them the real, because kids know, let me tell you something. Kids know when you're lying. Kids know when you're telling fibs. Kids know when you ain't telling the truth. There's something about them. They just got that instinct. So, you know, it's called money in the bank. The more you invest in them, the better the investment comes back out. You know, like I once had a cat from around here. He once told me, he said, yo, Raul, man, you've been coaching all these years, and da 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 da. Those kids suck. They ain't going to the pros. You know, he rambled all over me, man, you know. So I was sitting next to my nephew, and my nephew kind of agreed with him. So he kept on and on and on and on and on. And I said, look, you finished yet? He said, yeah, what you got to say? So I turned to my nephew and I said, Jay, the reason why I coach these kids and do what I do and mentor them, because I don't want them to turn out like this man, pointing to the guy that said that to me, at age 45, asking for dollars and quarters in front of the Koreans every day at age 45.
Wow.
Yeah. And he just looked at me. He said, oh, you going there? I said, yes, sir. Well, you went there on me. I didn't ask for that. So I said, look, and it's funny because that same guy I'm speaking of, he did 7 years down in Gaithersburg, Maryland for some drug charge, came out. He came up here. He came out. He was out for a year, and he just got busted again recently. So he's back in there again. See what I'm saying? So, you know, don't criticize a person that's trying to move the community forward. Get in the game, man. See, I call them the sideline people, the sideline chatter. You know, if you're not going to do anything to move these brothers and sisters forward, then I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But that's my piece on it, brother.
Okay, cool. All right, next question is oh man, whew. Man, eating this food make start feeling niggeritis. Yeah, moving around like I'm a damn little kid. Now I'm good, family. I'm good. I'm glad everybody come. Matt G, if you want to get on the panel, drop your email in the chat, and then let me write it down so I can plug you in if you want to. If not, it's still okay. Welcome, Tammy Sherelle. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the channel. Let's support each other and participate, including my brothers on the path. Support. Um, Another question is we never really get into it, but we're going to talk about it is the discipline of our young ones. We know how the climate is in these days. Um, Hold on, brother. The panel, what I'm talking about is that we on right now. What I'm saying, Mac 10, if you want to get on, you got to put your email in the chat so I can get you on. That's up to you. That panel is what you see on the other window. All right. Like I said, there's a climate that actually the kids is really is have the rights. And and I know being as men strong means y'all as strong men in the community and even in the chat. How do we go about dealing with it, but at the same time to let the child knows that they still have to listen?
Um, you can hear me?
Yeah.
Well, for the most part, I mean, to me, I feel like that stuff has to be established when a child is young.
Uh-huh.
Like, I shouldn't have to be telling you, that you should be listening to me at a certain age. Once you get a certain age and you doing what you want to do, it's because you want to do it.
Right.
There's no excuses. There is no, oh, well, let me see what's going on. No, after a certain age, you know what it is.
Right.
You know what type of parent you have. You pretty much know. So as far as discipline, as a child get older, all I do is, like with my oldest son, I just take away stuff he like.
Mm.
You like to play the video game? Well, you won't play it. That's all it is. Just take away stuff that they like, because at the end of the day, you pay for it.
Right.
So just take away stuff that they like. And if it don't work, if that don't work, take away everything that they like, you know?
Yeah.
Take away every goddamn thing.
Mhm.
Like, just had them in their room with books
Yeah.
and you know, tell them that they have to deal with this punishment for a certain amount of time.
Mhm.
That's all. Make them read about stuff they don't want to read about.
Mhm.
Just make them uncomfortable.
Mhm.
Make them uncomfortable. But also, the main part is not just the punishment, but sitting down and talking to them and understanding what's trying to figure out what's wrong too. Because sometimes a child could be acting out because they feel like they're not being heard about something. So you gotta always keep that in mind too. You know, is my child going through something, and this is his way of getting attention?
Uh-huh.
Because people do that, and not just children, but even adults do that. They act out when something is wrong, and they don't want to say what's wrong, so they just keep acting out.
Uh-huh.
You know, but so you always got to keep certain things in perspective. Like, I learned that from my dad. Like, my dad, he was a disciplinarian, but he was a certain type of disciplinarian. He was like he was more like a with him it was more like a democracy type of thing. Like with my mother, it was on some, dictatorship. You do what I say because I say so. My father was more on something like he had an explanation for why he he told me to do certain things and why certain things had to be done. And I pretty much take after my pops when it comes to raising my sons like that. I let them know when I'm hard on them too, why I'm being hard on them. I'm hard on you because of certain things. And that's just pretty much what it is when it comes to discipline. So when your ass is in trouble, you know why. There's no trying to figure out what's going on. You know, because I always get them lectures. I'm a lecturer. I always talk to my boys. I try to find a teaching moment in everything.
Mhm.
I try to even find a teaching moment and when they ask me questions where they could teach themselves something. So discipline comes with, all of that stuff has to be established when they're young. And when they get older, when they fall out of line, all you just gotta do is reinforce it. That's all.
Okay. Same question, Muhammad, the one.
Well, to piggyback off of Sheep, he's right. He's 150% correct. You can't reward bad behavior, okay? And you take some things from them. Um, I remember, now that he says that, taking things away, I remember taking one of my, these kids were what, 15, 16? So they started screwing around because they thought they were world beaters. They were, winning some games. They thought they were world beaters. Then they did something really as a team that wasn't too cool. So I said, well, guess what? So after the game, we talked. I took their jerseys. I said, put them in the bag. They said, but we paid. I said, put them in the bag. And the next few games, you guys are wearing T-shirts. So whatever T-shirts you wearing, you better put whatever you want on those. That's how you going out on the field. But coach, I said, you heard what I said. So the next 6 games, they came. They were creative, though. I got to give them credit. But they learned their lesson, you see. And
Mm-hmm.
when you take something from them, they be like, wow, we have to go out there looking like that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Even
Mm-hmm.
parents were questioning me. And I said, well, listen, this is what they did. And they said, oh, okay. And I let them know that wasn't cool. So, until they got it right, then they get their jerseys back. And then everything was cool after that. So anybody that tried to act up after that, the rest of the squad would tell them, nah, you're not doing that here. No. You
Right.
see, you're not doing that here. Because coach is going to make us do all kind of stuff.
Right.
Out in the heat, making us run laps around the whole field. I never forget one time when I had 11 and 12-year-olds, they were making fun of this kid that I had to pick up. Now, the kid couldn't really play that good, and all that, but they were laughing at him. I said, oh, they laughing at him? I said, everybody drop your stuff. I had them running so much, the kid that they were making fun of, I said, yo, you come sit with me. Sit down in this chair. I got my chair. We're going to watch these fools run around the park. So they were gasping. They were gasping and all that. Finally, I told the kid, I said, go over to Uncle Paul over there. Go get 2 Gatorades, one for me and you. So we sat there drinking it while they up there running. So finally, when they were done, I sat them down and I told them, I said, look here, man. Y'all are making fun of this kid. That's non-negotiable, non-acceptable. I said, you help this kid because one day, as y'all get older, this kid might be your lawyer to get you out of trouble. You don't know what he's going to be. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are what, 11 and 12 now, but the future holds a different story. So they all looked at me like, what is he getting at? And I said, you know what I'm getting at? Do you know that kid right now, as we speak, is a biochemist for the federal government?
Wow.
Wow.
And when I see his moms, she goes back to that day. Thank you for, doing what you did. I said, look, on my squads, from the superstar on to the marginal player, they all get treated the same.
Right.
There's no favorites. They all get treated the same. On my squads, yeah.
No favoritism.
That's right. That's right. Because you know why, Sheik? Because I learned through years of coaching, it'd be those type of kids that bring championships home for you, not the so-called superstars.
Right, right.
They ones that they may get a lucky hit, whatever, to score the winning run, or basketball, they score the winning basket. I've seen it over and over. And I'm like, well, look at here. Look at this. You know? So you never know
shit tonight.
You never know what cards are dealt. So, that's the way I always was, man. I didn't play no favoritism. Everybody gets equal time, and I distribute it. We talk before and after games and after practice. I have them out there 2 or 3 hours talking to them. It wasn't just about the sport. It was about shaping and molding their minds. That's what I wanted to get to.
Right.
Yeah. That's where I wanted to be where you at. So, that's it for me. That's all I got to say on that.
Well, I know for me, when I've been bad, my father, he ain't really beat me. But it was like the blessing in disguise, but because he know I hated cold weather. So my late father, he said, Francis bugging him, no, I don't want to beat. I used to bring him a beat me. No, what you going to do, you're going to start learn about sports, and you start learning about music. That's why I became a historian of both. But they ain't know I ain't like it like that. They ain't know. I was like, oh, so I just go outside, bundle me up, and he said, we want you to play in the snow. I don't want to play no snow. So, boy, I don't want to play. But Francis, you better get the book, and I'm a 10. Ooh. I mean, one time he had me stand there for 4 damn. I told my coach, Mom, no, well, you gotta learn your lesson. Then I hate cold weather, and so it's to be at times. So like when I wasn't on punishment, it was like, no, you want to go outside? No, I ain't going outside. So that's like I never cared for cold weather, but that was his punishment. Also, he took away. Hold on, fam. Hello, can I call you back? I'm gonna call you back, okay? Right. Yeah. So then he used to take baths. I met one time. Oh, I was gonna play for the championship, and I did not clean. I didn't clean up the room. He said, "No, you can't go." I said, "What do you mean I can't go? I clean the room." No, you need to clean up right. Did I have your mother clean the room? You clean up right. And I did not, and he took basketball away from me. I can't believe this. He said, "What you say?" I said, "I can't believe that. I thought I cleaned the room." No, you didn't clean it right. Clean it up. And I did not, and I missed my championship. Now my team won barely. I can't even go to get my trophy. And there's a lesson in neither that you need to do things right. When you do things right, then you can do things. If not, there are repercussions. And I had to learn that. I think I was 12, I think. 11 or 12, something like that. And I learned my lesson out of that. And so that is good. You know, that is good. Now, okay. Now, this is getting interesting. Now, this is like a typical, I can say it's a typical and stuff like that. I want to ask you a question. When your child come and say that I'm gay or lesbian, how do you deal with that? We're going to start with you, Mom, Mr. One. Swollen Mind is how you doing? If you want to get on the panel, let me know.
Wow, that's a good question. That's a good question. Um, I First of all, if he came to me and told me that, I had to sit down with him, tell him I love him first, and then go through the necessary steps, like, unravel it. Like, how did you get there? And then he's gonna have to explain to me, or she is gonna have to explain to me what led to that point. Okay, what led to that point? What were the building blocks? What got you there? Who was responsible for that? And then work my way through there. And then hopefully come to a decision that has my child's best interest in the end. I think that's the best way I could solve it.
Okay. She stay asleep, please.
Um, first thing I would do is honestly, I would think something is wrong. So first thing I would try to do is sit down with them and try to figure out, you know, did anybody do anything to them? That's the first thing because usually, you know, um, they say homosexuality and pedophilia goes hand in hand. So a lot of people who who are turned a lot of people who partake in that, a lot of them were molested, and they were turned out to other lifestyles due to them being harmed in a certain way. So the first thing I would try to do is figure that part out first. Is somebody messing with you? Has somebody ever touched you? I would get through that phase first. And once I figure out, or my son or my daughter admits to me that no, nobody ever touched me. This is just how I feel and how I am, then I pretty much agree with Muhammad on the rest of the point because that's all you could really do if you love your child, and that goes back to controlling your child and treating your child like a possession. Your child may grow up and do things you don't like. Your child may grow up and have a lifestyle you don't agree with. But do you love your child enough to accept that? Or are you going to condemn them because they're not living a life that you see fit? And see that part becomes hard. And I'm starting to see that because my oldest son is growing up. He 13. He gonna be in high school next year. So there's certain feelings that I'm starting to get that my dad told me about when I got in my 20s, how he felt when I was a teenager. You know, you start to feel like you really have to start, you know, letting go of the leash a little bit on your children. And you have to start trusting their judgment, trusting that they're not lying to you. Like you as your child get older, you have to start to
Mhm.
um respect their growth, and you have to allow them to grow. You know, a lot of these out of control teens and effeminate boys and all of that, a lot of that stuff comes from them being coddled too. You
Mhm.
know, you got to let a child grow up, and you have to allow them to do certain things that grown-ups do. So you can't have a teenage son not in the house taking out garbage, not cleaning up his room, not cleaning up after himself, not making sure that he's taking care of his clothes and stuff like that. Worried about his hygiene and like you have to he has to know that certain things has to be done, you know? So like I said, man, as far as the point that you asked, that's all I would do. First, I would figure out if my child was hurt or harmed by anybody. And then after that, you just got to talk to your child and love them and accept them for who they're going to be. That's it.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Okay.
How would you handle that, JT?
Well, one of my godsons that came to me, I was like, I said about years ago when he was confused. The father couldn't deal. The father couldn't deal with it. I could. So I talked to him, and then, how long you felt this way? He said, I just started feeling this way and stuff. I said, any boys feel up on you and stuff like that? And he said, nah, just one time they start talking like, do you know what's like being gay and stuff like that? And how you feel? I felt uncomfortable, and but I don't know. I want to be with a guy or be with a girl, stuff like that. So I said, I want to ask you one more question. Now, I said because it was this girl named Priscilla he likes, and I said, you like her? I said, I like her. When you be around her, do you think about little? Do you think about a boy? He said, nah. Okay. When you be with your friends, when they talking about being gay and stuff like that, do you think about the boys or you think about Priscilla? I think about Priscilla. So always remember, you should never let anybody persuade you for who you are. Okay? Never. That if they choose they want to do, it's all right. That's what they choose to do. That's what they choose to do. But you don't have to do what they do. This is serious business here. And the next day, him and Priscilla, they start talking, and now they live together. And he made a decision because sometimes they be around their friends and they be persuasive and everything, and they force that on you because they see somebody else. So I'm glad it turned out okay, and and he's good, you know. And so, as a matter of fact, he runs a nonprofit organization where he at what state he in? In Wyoming, in Madison, Wyoming, and he talked to the kids about it and stuff like that. So I'm happy with that. He usually travel around anyway. Okay, that's all right. As we see R. Kelly, we ain't gonna get into that because everybody else talking about, you know, what's going on, Kelly and stuff. And we see the attack of black men. You know, it's been attacked black men, for centuries. We have to put it out there like that. Um, I'm gonna ask she stay sleep on this one, then Muhammad's the one. How do we how do we keep this conversation going? How do we being alive with the brothers that are we under attack? What are the necessary steps that we need to take? It could be traveling, it could be anything. What are the necessary steps to avoid this? She stays asleep.
I'm gonna say for the most part, um, first of all, it depends on what type of black man you are.
Yeah.
Cause um, I've had my issues with women, and it's not like I don't have issues with my wife. Um, but I never, regardless to all my issues that I've had with women, I've never saw myself being without a black woman.
Mhm.
I don't see myself um being with another black being with another woman besides a black woman. And what I mean being with them is actually having a family with them.
Uh,
So I don't think there's no way to avoid it. We're gonna have to deal with black women, period.
mhm.
um do I think we should just accept anything? No. But I think as black men, we need to focus on ourselves more. I think we need to strengthen who we are as men. Women are gonna be women. And we we don't have the power to change women. Women are not gonna change for men. Women are gonna change for the sake of being a better woman. Just like
Right.
a man becomes a better man, not because of his woman, but because of himself. You don't everything a man do should not be surrounding his woman. We don't have man talk for women. We don't try to strengthen manhood because of women. Us being better men, um, what it does is it trickles down to the woman, because now our women have better men to choose from. And
Mhm.
it'll be the same thing if black women was to want to be better women. It'll trickle down to the men because now we have a better pick of the litter. Now, the next few generations, our children will have, I got sons. I don't have a daughter. So I want to have a daughter, but let's just say I never have a daughter. I want my sons to have great black women to pick from. I don't want them to say, because I've dated these type of black women, that now I'm gonna go date other women. And I'm not telling them that they can't date other women. If that's your preference, or if you just want to experiment with other women, do your thing. That's what men do. But
Mhm.
I my preference for my sons is to settle down with a black woman and have a family, like I did with their mother. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I think that we need to focus on being better men and stop focusing on what women doing. We need to be more focused on what we doing. Honestly, I understand, because I even talk about it too. I don't like the shit that the stereotypes that go on about us. I don't even, I hate it even more that our women do it. But at the end of the day, do I sit around and harbor in on that? No, no. All I could continue to do is continue to not be that nigga that they talking about. That's all I could do at the end of the day. I can't do nothing else. There's nothing else you could do. It's no sense to keep talking about this shit because it's not gonna do anything. The only thing we could do as black men is do what we need to do so we're not put in that category. There's always going to be categories of black men. There's always going to be categories of black women. Period. There's piece of shit people in every group of people on earth. Period. So do we focus on them or do we focus on being better types of us? That's what we as men having this conversation on Men's Talk, that's what we need to decide. What we gonna do.
Right.
The men that partake in these types of conversations, that's what needs to be talked about. What are we gonna do? Are we just gonna continue to sit around and cry about the ain't shit women? Because the women who talking that shit ain't shit. Because people who focus on other people who ain't shit are ain't shit people. So at the end of the day, why are we focused in on that? Why are we focused on that conversation? The solution to that conversation is we need to be the example that those ain't shit women could point and say, well, he ain't that type of dude. If more black men became that example, then guess what? Them ain't shit women to be speaking to the choir, just like they speaking to the choir now, because there's plenty of good black men out there.
Uh-huh.
But see, the problem lies with us too. It's not just them. The problem lies with us too, because even even the black men that make good money, that have a certain type of lifestyle, even they end up with thoughts. And that's because a lot of dudes that got good jobs and got good money, they date thoughts because they want pussy.
Yeah.
They're actually not dating for the reasons that they say, the Pookie and Ray Ray should be dating. They say that, oh, black men are dating below their level, but the high rating black men date thoughts too. Because at the end of the day, if all black men and if most of the MGTOW dudes and these other dudes, these other groups, most of those dudes got money. They not broke dudes. But what they all share in common with Pookie and Ray Ray is they all date ain't shit women. Now, if you a dude that's so intelligent, that went to school, got a degree, you ain't got no baby mothers out here, you make a good amount of money, how you end up with a thought? Because what? Pookie and Ray Ray has something in common with even the nerdy black guys or the guys that or the corporate guy. We all love pussy. And thoughts is what? Easy pussy. This is why last year, matter of fact, 2 years ago, I did streams on dick discipline, dick dignity. Now you hear some of these guys saying, oh, we need to date a better quality of black woman. We do. And we not talking about just financially, but a better quality of woman based on her mindset, how she thinks. But if you not that type of dude, then you don't deserve that type of woman. Because just because you got money and you went to school before, don't mean you a high level nigga. Just because you make money and you got a degree, and that don't mean you a high level nigga. What makes you a upper echelon nigga is your mindset. It's how you think, and it's
Yeah.
how you carry yourself. And a lot of these dudes who be claiming they upper echelon because of their education and because how much money they make, they get treated worse than Pookies and Ray Rays because they ain't nothing but high paid lame niggas.
Mhm.
And they think because they got money now that they could do what Pookie and Ray Ray could do with Big Booty Brenda. Except Big Booty Brenda gonna make them lame niggas pay.
Mhm.
And they get mad at black women because they gotta pay for pussy. It's nobody fault that you're lame. You can't blame a black woman because you lame, dog. Work on yourself. You saw the movie Hitch. Take some of your money, since you claiming you getting all this money. Take some of your money and go get some swag classes. It's people out here that'll give you some swag, that'll give you some confidence. That you could pay for that.
Mhm.
But why keep sitting around talking about black women don't want these types of dudes? No, black women just don't want you because you lame. Like we really gotta break this shit down to the nitty gritty and just be honest and move on from it. Because like you was talking about last night, these ain't nothing but overanalyzed fools.
Yep.
They trying to overanalyze and intellectualize bullshit that can be simplified
Yep.
easily. They keep dragging it out and finding ways to keep talking about it in a different way, but you talking about the same thing.
Mhm.
But I'm pretty sure if if most of us, if our lives was in better condition in the way we wanted it to be, we won't have no complaints.
Yep.
We will not have complaints. Yeah, you got the famous dudes, the athletes and all of that get treated like lames. That's because they lame dudes. Money don't mean you're cool. That's what and a lot of dudes believe that, especially a lot of these internet dudes. They think when you got money that makes you cool. No. Most of my homegirls, they hang out with dudes that pay for everything. And guess what? They don't have no respect for them. They're lame. I'ma act like I like you so you could take me and my homegirls out and buy us everything the whole night. That's what women do to these types of dudes who be crying in these MGTOW groups. They get treated like the dudes they are. A lot of these dudes be simps.
Mhm.
And then they be getting mad at women. Don't get mad because the woman treated you the way you are. Because if you didn't see the fact that you was paying for drinks all night and then you got mad because after you bought all the drinks, you ain't get no puss, that means you're a bozo. That means the reason why she brought you to the club was to pay for drinks. You lame. So you can't start getting mad at her. She used you for what she was supposed to.
Mhm.
Like we acting like a lot of these dudes act like they forgot what females are. That's what females do. Females use real and see, this is why a lot of dudes, this is why a lot of dudes they can't accept women for the way they are. They want to change them. Real women use their sexuality to get what they want. A real woman don't gotta have sex with a dude to get what she want from him. It's called finesse.
Mhm.
And a lot of these MGTOW crybabies who got money, that's how they get treated. You want to hang out with me? You want my attention? You gotta pay for it because you're lame. And then after she take that lame crybaby money, she gonna go home to her man who don't got no real job like that, and she gonna give him your money because you're lame.
Mm-hmm.
See? But then we cry about the women. Oh, well, women shouldn't be that way. No, you shouldn't be lame, because that's how lames get treated.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Dudes would do that to a nigga too. Oh, you want to spend money to hang out with us? All right. Drinks on you tonight, Duke. We want to go to VIP, pay for it. I mean, that's not just that's the world we live in.
Mm-hmm.
If you a guppy, you gonna get ate.
Yep.
So the conversation need to get away from what women are doing, and men need to focus on what we need to do. That's it, man. Cause the conversation is getting boring, and people just talking about the same shit over and over and over and over. And it ain't equaling up to nothing. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts.
No, we got to get to some solutions, man. Men are solution based. If we
Right.
want our women to feel us differently about us, we just got to do different shit. We gotta do better. We got to do better too. They don't just got to do better. We got to do better.
I agree on that.
You know what I'm saying? Stop all that crybaby shit. Stop sitting around crying about women. Because if you had your shit together, you wouldn't be crying about women. Because men who do, they don't cry about women.
Mm-hmm.
Period. If you was happy in your situation where you are currently with women, you wouldn't be crying about women.
Uh-huh.
It's just that simple, man. And we can't sit here and act like that's not what it is. These are a bunch of dudes who are not happy with their situation dealing with women.
Yep.
And they all grouped up together so they could sit around and talk about their problems. And it ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
But y'all gotta do something about it. Y'all just gonna sit around and keep crying about the women, or y'all gonna do something about it.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? That's like growing up. That's just how men are. When you growing up and your father in your life, you running and you fall, you may hurt yourself and start crying. But what your pop's gonna tell you? All right, get up,
Yep.
dust yourself off, or you gonna sit on the ground and keep crying because you fell. Which one you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what these men need to be thinking about. Are y'all gonna just sit there and keep crying about getting your heart broke, or you're gonna do something about it so it don't happen?
Yep.
That's it. That's all we could do as men. Men gotta be solution based. We can't keep crying about the problem. That's what women do.
Mm-hmm.
That's what women do. So that's my take on that, bro.
All right, cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm gonna add a little something after Muhammad's the one. Same question, please.
Piggybacking off what the brother Chief just said, um, when you look at brothers like that, the so-called ones that think they got it all with the good jobs and all of them, they were the ones that try to be down. You see, with Pookie and Ray Ray, okay? They try to be down so hard body that they didn't even know where they were going, okay? So now, with that said, they still got a little bit of Pookie and Ray Ray in them, because you can remove the person from the ghetto, but you can't remove the ghetto from the person if they're like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no matter where you put them. So Sheep was right, because If you're worried about what the woman is doing, then I don't know what to tell you. Oh, sure. I've been rejected on a couple of occasions, but I just kept it moving. Then you come up with something else better than that. So, but I still kept doing what I was going to do because I didn't let them, okay? And sometimes when it comes to women, what's the first thing women always crave, fellas? Attention. They crave attention. You know why? Because they want to be in control of things. What's the first thing a little girl plays with when she's growing up as a little girl? A doll. Okay? She tells the doll what to do. So, the doll don't respond back. So they automatically think that everybody else that comes into life is going to be like that. But until they get hit with reality and they see a strong brothers or brothers, that is not willing to take that, it's a different reality. That's where the rubber meets the road. Okay? So, not knocking a woman, don't get me wrong. But again, like Sheep said, we have to get ourselves together first. You have to love yourself first before you can love anybody else. Yeah. You have to maintain control of yourself before you go into those certain things, relationships or whatever. Mm-hmm. Okay? So my take is, play your role. But play your role to the best of your ability. If it doesn't work out, it just doesn't work out. You keep it moving. I used to adopt the stick and move method. Okay? If it don't go, I'm not going to wait around. Okay? I'll catch you later. And I would run into them same women later on. Oh, I was going to call you, and blah, 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 blah. But wait a minute. You had my number all this time, baby. You just could have picked up the phone. She said, oh, but I was busy. But why don't we hang out sometime tomorrow? I said, that's not such a good idea. Because if you gave me that in the first impression, what's going to happen in the second and third impression? You see what I'm saying? So, look, man, life is precious. Day by day, minute by minute, hour by hour, second by second. Right. So, I don't get into all of that stuff. I don't, get into all that, I just keep doing what I have to do to make sure that I'm secure in what I'm doing, whether it's physically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever. You understand? Because, I talked to plenty of sisters over the years, and been with a lot of sisters, you know what I mean? So it's not like, oh, well, this didn't work out, or this didn't work out, But, listen, if it didn't work out, it just didn't work out. Right. That's how life goes sometimes. But we can't cry spilled milk over something that's in the past. You got to move forward. You got to move forward, man. And, listen, he's right about that. Mm-hmm. We have to, you have to get yourself together first before anything else. It's like if you're on a plane and the plane starts shaking and the thing comes down for oxygen, how you going to help the person next to you when you don't even help yourself first? Huh? So, you gotta, listen, man, listen, no time for that, man. Yeah. There's no time for that, bro. I ain't got time to be sulking and crying on the floor and all that. Okay. I've had my heart broken, but I kept it moving, Yeah. Kept it moving, Mm-hmm. Kept it moving, brother. And that's all I got to say on that.
Okay. Well, before I ask another question, I'll put my take on it. And I'm just gonna bounce on both of y'all and everything. I feel that's about the man's talk. We gotta work on ourselves. Advocate. See, people don't understand. So a lot of men feel they fail to understand that advocating yourself doesn't mean, oh yeah, we're gonna talk about the injustice of us as men. Yeah, that's it. But the crucial thing of advocating, we got to work on ourselves first. When you work on when us men work on ourselves first, we see things clearer. We be more sure of ourselves, and at the same time, our women. I'm talking about now. I'm talking about humanity, but we're gonna focus on our community, and that's when our masculinity really shows up. And I think that like quite a few men in our community, we it's a lot, quite a few of us, we complain too much. And as y'all already heard, oh, there's no man's talk over here. Or we just do argue. But this is the thing about that the hard thing about it, I could say basically for myself, is to work on yourself. But see, where the way I look at it, you owe it to yourself to do that. Who wants to go backwards to be this hurt? So
Facts.
and
Facts.
and we have to take advantage of talks like this. And I find
Right.
quite a few of us, we don't. We just don't. We just don't. I wish they had something like that when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it was. But at the same time, for me personally, I had to struggle and find out what man that I made up and everything. And I made some mistakes, but I still here and stuff like this. But a lot of men, they feel that their masculinity is not in trouble, but it really is, because we got a
Mm-hmm.
lot of festering stuff that really happened to us, and we don't
Right.
deal with it. Yo, you gonna get your heart broken. Shit, fuck that. When I married, got a divorce. Oh, what? All right, that's a hurtful thing to deal with. That means you have to start over again. But I have to understand one thing. I had to start from me first.
There you go.
I can't carry the back. And then what happened? Then what happened to me in the past? And but I'm still here.
Right.
I'm still here.
Right.
But I ain't letting it get the best of me. And I think that's what sometimes us, man, we like to think that because we complain too goddamn much. You're acting like women. I don't want to do this and stuff like that. And I gotta say what it is, what it is. When we have these mass talks going on for a long time, and I go keep on emphasizing this, ain't that many men be coming on.
Right.
It just don't. And so there is an avenue that man could come on here.
Right.
Even you don't have to go on the panel, but at least be in the panel, be in the chat, engage.
Right.
But we a lot of us, we don't want to do that. We want to make excuses.
You know what I think that is? You know what I think that is? They're afraid to reveal what they really feeling, JT, and they feel vulnerable. You see, and there's nothing wrong with revealing some things. You ain't got to reveal all. Like, let me give you a good example. I'll reveal something tonight. Now, this was years ago. I had a ex-girlfriend, but when I moved back to New York, we still kept in touch, and I was in love with her. I ain't gonna lie, we was in love with each other. But I guess the distance started kind of dissipating that relationship. So she calls me one day, wanted to have a kid, really. So I gotta go take a flight and go sit down with you. So when I get there, I see this other female in the car with her. I was like, oh, okay, what's up? So I figured something was going on. And come to find out, that was her girlfriend. So she started swinging that other persuasion, that lesbian thing. So towards the end of the trip, she says, um, are we still gonna do this? I said, wait a minute, before we begin anything, you and her are together? She said, yeah. So I said, well, who's gonna raise this baby? Because I'm 3,000 miles away. You and her? She said, yeah. I said, nope, couldn't do it. I couldn't pull the trigger because going into a situation like that, bringing a newborn into a situation like that, that was against my principle, bro. Now it hurt doing that, but I had to make a decision. I had to make a decision, you know, and it's funny because her mother really dug me, and she kept saying, "Rod, get her out of this, get her out of it." I said, "Look, she's a grown woman now, or I could tell her the pitfalls, what to expect, blah 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 blah. The rest is on her. I really can't do much. You see what I'm saying? I really can't do much. What can I do? Twist her arm?" So at that point, I made a decision. Once I got on that plane, that silver bird to go back to New York, we still speak, but that wasn't happening. Not gonna be able to do. You understand? Mm-mm. You know what I mean? So look, not to risk something like that for the sake of just having the kid. No, no, no. I wouldn't put a kid in this world. That's being irresponsible on my part. I couldn't do it, bro. I couldn't pull the trigger. So, you know, that was one of those things.
And
Dig
see,
what I'm saying?
I respect that, Muhammad. I respect that because um I feel like more more of us men need to be that way. We need to stop being we need to stop being simps, man. We simp out and we punk out too quick when vagina's on the table.
Exactly.
It's like we don't know how to say no,
Exactly.
you know. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm a man that could just ignore it because I'm a man, and
Mm-hmm.
men are naturally drawn to that.
Yep.
So it's not like I'm saying it like it's an easy thing. So if any of you brothers out there is listening, I'm not making it seem like I'm a goddamn Buddhist monk.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because even if I wasn't married, I don't think I'll be in the desert. You know, I won't be walking around and with a full tank. No, that's just I'm a man.
Right.
So for the most part, that shows a lot of responsibility and a lot of manhood on your behalf. And at the
Thank
end of the day, one thing that my dad always taught me was, listen, a man in this world is not to be liked. A man is to be respected.
There you go.
So I knew growing up that a lot of women were not gonna like me.
Mm-hmm.
Even the women I've been in relationships with. I know a lot of times my wife can't stand me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I know she loves me and I know she respects me unconditionally.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the type of stuff us men have to bring back with the way we conduct ourselves with women. A lot of us, a lot of men act like women with their women. They getting all drunk with their women. She gotta hold him up to go to the car. Like, dude, what?
Yeah.
He all sloppy drunk in the club with his girl. Like, like,
Yeah.
like who raised y'all dudes?
Talking
He
about no,
drunk, he
no, you,
drunk, he
you,
drunk, then his pants hanging off his ass. Like stuff like that, man. Like that's not manly. As a man, you know not to drink past your limit.
yeah.
As a man, you supposed to know that. Cause especially if you out with your woman, if you drunk all out of you out of it basically. Do you
Mm-hmm.
know that you and your wife is in danger?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of men out here that don't even think like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's because for so many years, men have been accepted by women to do stuff like that.
Right.
Right.
And you know why they accept it, right? Because, like you said, Muhammad, they want control. And
Right.
once men let women start controlling them, this
Mm-hmm.
is what happens. This is the result of it.
Right.
Because I understand that this how the system plays into this whole gynocentrism shit, because
Mm-hmm.
the system definitely perpetuates that. We can't
Mm-hmm.
act like that's not true, but we also can't ignore the fact that a lot of these dudes, a lot of these dudes were just not taught to be men, and a lot of these women have accepted it. They've procreated with men like this, and this is why you got the young men we have today,
That's right.
because they've accepted dudes that's not willing to do manly shit.
Right.
See, because see, and see, a lot of those men are the street cats,
Right.
because yeah, they could protect you, but they also might beat on you too. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he may protect you from other dudes, but if he beating you up too, what's the difference?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
that stuff has been accepted too long by our women too.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
Yeah.
almost like, it's almost like if 85% of the dudes is dudes like that, like women say, it's hard to find a good dude. But it ain't hard to find a good dude. Just like it ain't hard to find a good woman. It's all about your intentions.
Exactly.
If you just looking for some dude that look good to you, that you just want to lay up with, then that's easy to find. And that's what you gonna get. And that's all you may get from that dude. And it's the same
Right.
shit for dudes too. This is why I'm doing the relationship series. To
Mm-hmm.
let our people know, you gotta start really examining how you think.
Mm-hmm.
Examining how you thinking when you talking to this woman. Do you see her as a friend? Do you see her just as a fling? And be honest.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the representative stage. That's what I was just talking about on the last episode of it. Like, we
Exactly.
really have to pay attention to the way we think and just be honest about it. Because a lot of the problems we talking about be results of things that we never paid attention to in the beginning.
Beginning.
We never pay attention to the root of a problem. We always talking about the results. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? And, and,
Facts.
and we got to go back to the root of the problem. And we got to start looking at ourselves,
Right.
men and women.
Yeah.
But it's our job as men to really sit around and be critical thinkers about that.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so funny you brought that up. She stay sleep. Muhammad's the one. I mean, we us three right here. When She Stay Sleep interviewed me on November 2017. I brought up about the X and everything a little bit. And then I remember the one thing I forgot to say, but it wasn't meant for me to say at that time anyway. So it didn't make a difference. But I noticed that when I was with her, she always said, I noticed you always, why you don't really drink that much while we out? I said, because somebody got to be the designator. Somebody got to make sure, get you home. And I wouldn't do that. And if I feel like I want to get a drink, gotta get home, I get a drink, I get home. Because at the same time, I had to protect her. Now, at that time, she didn't think I was a protector, but it doesn't make a difference. We going to get home one way or the other. So if I go on a drink, I had at least about a drink or two, and that's it. Rest of the
Mm-hmm.
night, you go do you. We get home. And I remember that it was one night we went out. And I remember it was cold. She said she was one of the dancers. She was a 911 operator, and I know there was this guy, kept on looking, and I know how nobody did pay attention. And I remember I was on my third drink, so I didn't touch it or nothing. So the brother said, "Yeah." I said, "Yo, what happened?" They said, "I gotta pay for the." I said, "Have my drink." Yeah, I look good. I said, "Yeah, you know." Gab, if you want to get on, let me know. So make a long story short, she was dancing. So I said, Talissa, I think you need to sit down. Why? This guy keep on looking at you and he dancing and he trying to put his hands on. So the drink that I gave it to the guy, he knew him. He said, "Hey, whoa. That's his girl. You don't do that." Man. So he said, "All right, man, if he stepped to you, I ain't got nothing to do with it." He said, "Yo, man, the man did wrong. You can step to him. I ain't gonna get to it." He said, "Yeah, man, we ain't gonna get none of that." You know what I mean? Yo, man, so homie was like, the ex was really intoxicated. So he was like, "Fill up." I said, "Motherfucker," I said, "Step the fuck back." He said, "Man, after boom, dropped him."
Right.
I don't. And that's one of the few times that the ex see me like that. And so
Wow.
instead of she thanked me, I was going to take care of it. Your friends didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing. I warn you. Yo, that's me right there. That's my wisdom. Drop, fall back. Even if she do it, you know what I'm saying? You don't fall. I have to drop them. And so put on your coat. We are. Don't tell me I go. Just sit down and shut the fuck up. I call a cab. Make sure the cab right there. Come on, just lean on me. I want to drink. Why are you? And they said, "Why are you guys? Yeah, y'all need to shut the fuck up because if y'all real true friends, y'all could have stopped that shit,
Exactly.
and y'all didn't do it. So fuck y'all. I'd rather she be mad at me
Mm-hmm.
than something really happened and don't do nothing." And then she got on there, fell asleep. Then on something, because she was a tall woman. So I said, "Come on, let's go." So
Mm-hmm.
it was cold. It was cold at night. And I let the air hit. Oh, it's cold. I want the cold so you can walk straight. So I walk straight, just lean on me. And now here's me, I'm tired. So I'll make sure we get upstairs. I took her clothes off. I should just lay in the bed and relax, just sleep it off. I said, "You ain't need to go to work that morning?" No. I call RPD. I said, "Okay. We gonna live? We gonna have this little get together?" I don't know. The way you feel, you might have to sleep that at all. You might have to postpone to next week. And I never forget. So I lay it down, and me being disrespected. So I watch TV, and I chill for the rest of the night. In the morning, I went to bed and everything. She said, "I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. You forgive me?" I said, "Yo, just lay down and rest it off. We still gonna have this little get together." "Yeah, I want to have a little get together, and you don't have to do nothing. I just want you. I already wrote out the note, and listen, you can go get those things, and I do the rest." Huh? No, I clean the house, and do you just go and rest. And that's what actually happened. Cause I was tired. I was basically I watched TV. I couldn't go to sleep, so I lay back. I took a shower and I went to sleep. And I woke up, and that's when the people started coming over. And I took me another shower, and come to find out, the same ones Didn't help her. They ended up coming back in the house. And they couldn't even not look in my face. And they were not majority of them they had relationships. And they didn't find I said, yeah, tell them they can come. We got enough food and everything. And one of them said, hold up. That is your friend and you couldn't help out? I said, it's okay. She got home and said, nah, that's crazy. And my point is just that when time is men have to step up, we gotta step up. Just like both of y'all, in your own way, we gotta be critical thinkers. And I think that is the key that we have to learn to be. Critical thinkers. To take charge of impossible situations. Even though that the woman hate us of that moment, we doing the right thing. And that's why we have to be on point at all times. And that is really missing, right now. We are pussyfied instead of being critical thinkers. We want to be accepted instead of critical thinkers. We want to be down with the sorry ass popularity club instead of critical thinkers. And then again, we gotta look like y'all said tonight. We gotta be critical thinkers. At the same time, we gotta work on ourselves. How the hell you say I love that I want to be with that woman, but you ain't working on yourself, and at the same time you're not willing to see the situation what it is to step up and be a man. You cannot be a both woman or a man. What is it? You want the way I am? Well, this is just grown folk. You know what I'm saying? This is man to look. You want to be a man, or you like the long one in your ass. And that's our problem. Our masculinity, some of us as men, we don't like to deal with it. And so when a woman take advantage of that, they want to get mad. Why do you no, you the one dealing with it. You the one making it happen. So we gotta have these conversations of our masculinity, and we have to be, and when we be in these situations, no matter what the woman like it of that time momentarily, they have to know that we're gonna provide the protection of them. And we had to tell them, listen, what you doing right now is not good. You're gonna hate me momentarily, but you want to respect me later on. See, when I'm talking like this, because I've been through it. And that's part of being a strong man. Gotta make decisions that sometimes a woman don't like. But we think when you critical thinking, that means we think there's a bigger picture. We gotta stop thinking regional thinking. We gotta stop being regional thinkers. As I say for like last week and a week before that. Now, like the next question that I want to ask, um, where do we go from here? Anybody could ask. I got another question, but where do we go from here?
Go ahead, Sheep.
I'm gonna say I just pretty much that's what I was pretty much going with the last thing I was saying. Where we go from here is, man, we just gotta work on ourselves. You know, stop focused on what the women are doing and just do what you gotta do as being a man. Because see, at the end of the day, I look at it like this. If a woman respects you ultimately, overall, it's, even if it takes some time, I believe if a woman genuinely respects you, she gonna fall in line eventually. And sometimes it may take us getting our shit together too for a female to fall in line, because we got to think about too, what are we having our women fall in alignment with? A lot of dudes don't show a woman that they are capable of leading. They don't show that. They don't show those traits of leadership. A lot of men don't. And you could tell by how they talk and by how they complain about certain shit. It's like, homie, you think you could lead because you got money? You think you the leader because you pay all the bills, so you the leader? Nah, cause she could go get another nigga who don't even live with her to pay all her bills. See, dudes be having shit fucked up. You want a woman to respect you as a leader, even if you don't pay. She just respects you because of the type of man that you are. See, that's what black men need to be trying to regain. You want your woman to respect you whether you broke or whether you got money. Money shouldn't dictate how a person respect you. But see, a lot of these dudes that be getting chumped out and simped out, they get mad because they think, oh, all I needed was some money. I got money. Why women don't want guys? Remember, you was hearing that for a long time. Women don't want black men that's doing shit. No, that's not true. She don't want no lame nigga. She don't want no lame nigga. Just like she don't want no dude that's broke and that can't make money. She don't want no lame nigga with money either. Because all she gonna do is use you. And then when she get tired of you, she gonna throw you to the curb anyway, because she ain't never really like you. Because you lame. So where we go from here, man, is we just need to step our game up. Because I'm pretty sure most of us black men that's on YouTube, man, we not living the way we want to live. If we was living the quality of life that we wanted to live, these niggas won't be complaining about no women. And if you still got problem with women after you living the way you want to live, you just a lame dude. It's just that simple.
Yeah, right.
You just lame. You're just lame, dog. And there are lame dudes out here. And there's some women who would be with a lame dude. So there's still no excuse to sit around and whine. So that's where we go from here, man. We need to sit around and focusing on being better men, man. Being better men and creating better young men. Because there's gonna be a next generation of us men. And there's going to be another generation of these women. So where do you want your children to stand? That's all going to depend on what you teach them and what you do too, and what you accomplish. So that's where we need to go from here, bro.
All right, cool. All right, Muhammad's the one.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we have to, reshape ourselves, to carry ourselves forward. You know, um, as me as a junior elder, I try to, bestow the knowledge and wisdom and understanding on our young. You see, and give them the scenarios. And for me, myself, just trying to make marked improvements every day, whatever I could shore up on going into this fourth quarter of life for me. You understand? So I'm looking at it a different way, to the point where, like she said, being a better man, because women will notice that when you are the better man, they'll pick up on it. And like he said, eventually they'll fall in line. Eventually. I just had to counsel my great nephew, because he's in first year of college, and he told me about this girl he knew since high school, and he asked me about, well, I wanted to give her something for her birthday, and at times she. So I said, well, how does she react to you? He says, well, we cool, but she ignores me on the front, and I like her.
Wow.
I said, you can get, when you get her the gift, give it to her, give her a little pick on the cheek and say happy birthday. Hope you have many more, and walk away. And don't talk to her, don't, interact with her for a while. He said, really? I said, watch what I'm telling you. Watch what I'm telling you. So he calls me back. He said, you was right. Now she comes around. I said, because she wants that attention. You see? So I told him, I said, you got to be easy, easy breezy. She ain't going nowhere. You understand? Y'all two are in the same school. Let her flow on campus. Let her do her thing. You go do your thing on the other side. But you still focus on your studies. You still focus on what you're going to be when you get out of there, when you graduate. You focus on being yourself a better man, as you turn into a man, as you mature. Don't worry about that, because that's not going anywhere. That's not going anywhere. So, just, take that advice and see what you get. You see, and I tell them all, because I said, yo, you guys are like free agent draft picks. You guys are like draft picks. You're coming out, you're rising through the ranks, you're rising stars. Don't think that these women ain't watching to pick you up. I said, but just focus on what you're doing. Stay true to stay on your square. You understand? Stay on your square, and you do what you have to do in life. So when you get to that point, you can make your choices. You understand? And that's it.
That's cool. That's good. That's good. All I can say, I seen you a link, Gab. If you want to get on, get on. But I think I'm gonna ask one more question. After that, we gonna close it out and everything. Close this thing out for a few minutes. Now, how I put this? Ever since this the Democrat come into office, there's quite a few things has happened, especially the community. That's when I did the government shutdown. We talk about the legislative part. And during the time I noticed that when I was watching, throughout, and quite a few programs in our community was cut that deals with our children. Now, the question is, why it's so essential for us as black men to join school boards and other communities in our community?
Good question. Good question. Well, I think because it has to take shape from the ground up, on the ground level. Um, you join the school boards to get at least a sense of what's taking shape in the community, what changes are happening in the community, so you can be well aware. But now, what has to happen is we're going to have to incorporate a bunch of others that we may know that are willing to ensure against change in the community that doesn't benefit us. Once we get the information, we're going to have to fan out across several communities, but you start with your own. But we're going to have to fan out because, as you know, a lot of cuts were done by Democratic people. Okay? So, like, I'm looking at this one, Kamala Harris from California. Now, she's dancing to Cardi B to get the black vote, but I heard she locked up a lot of brothers in California when she was prosecuted.
That's true.
I got, yeah. So, I got to do more research on her because if that's the case, she wouldn't get my vote.
Yeah, but that's true. That is true. That I check it out. It is true.
Mm-hmm. So again, and what we have to do is put the candidates that we know up there in front, not somebody that they put in front of us and say, go vote for that person. That has to stop. That has to stop, man. Because for years, we've been getting that in the black community. It has to have a person that we can square up in a town hall meeting, put the pressure on them, ask them the pertinent questions. If you don't do right, we'll vote you out. You see? We got to have the candidates that we say is right for us, not what they say. You see? And stop letting them dictate who to vote, dictate to us who to vote for.
Yeah.
And that's all I got to say on that.
Okay, she stay sweet.
Yeah, y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for the most part, we gotta understand that politics is what it is, man. It's give and take. Um it's not like you know, we're not gonna have any black candidates and we can't think that they're not gonna do something for the dominant society. It's almost
True.
like they have to at the end of the
True.
day. Cause it's like that's the name of the game. I scratch your back, you scratch mine.
True.
So we have to understand that if we gonna look at things in a political, deal with the political game, we gotta understand how that stuff is ran and stop being so emotional about it and be more strategic. For one, I feel like we shouldn't talk about politics and what we need to do until we can first unify and mobilize, because politics is about money. So we can't get behind no candidate or pick no candidate or have no candidate with our best interest if we not paying them.
True.
We gotta have that bread behind them, as you always see in any gangster movie. The real gangsters deal with the politicians,
Right.
because the politicians is who allow them to continue to operate their campaign.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's what the mob did with the government. That's how they got in the game. They said,
Mm-hmm.
listen, if you let us, just let us control this, and we'll continue to make sure that certain people get elected.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how the game go. So until we can do that, we shouldn't even be talking about politics, because we can't get people to shop with each other.
Fact.
Our money doesn't circulate enough between our people for us to pay a politician. They say the black dollar stays in the black community for 6 hours. So how the hell we gonna get them? How that money gonna get to Kamala Harris to get her to say and do what we want her to do
Right.
when the black dollar stay in the community for 6 hours before it end up in somebody else's hands? So
Mm.
we got to think about all of these things and understand why we're not being represented politically. And it's because we don't operate as a community. We operate as
Mm.
individuals. And
Mm-hmm.
until we can mobilize our dollar, we can't talk politics. Because all the other groups, they money move for them.
Very true.
They money move for them. Our money don't. All we do is consume. We don't produce nothing.
Right.
So we can't even talk politics until we unify first.
Right.
So,
No, that's
that's
good.
my
That's
thing.
a very good. That's a very good sticking point. Woo, that was deep.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I respect that, but I asked that, and I understand we need bread to do that, she Stacy, and I understand that. I just asked that question because throughout the years, I'm talking about the brothers in the community like y'all do. You know, it's not there's not a reach out for men. I'm talking about some black men to be on these boards, and I find out that throughout the years they do not want to deal with us
Mm,
because there's things you got to answer. And I'm not saying to deal with a black woman, oh, it's easy. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm talking about masculine one, because I seen it myself because of my father. And no, what's up with this? No, what are you talking about? Nah. And I found that there's a decline of black men be on these important boards, and I believe it's deliberately happening because they know that the other mans that head of these boards are transvestites and gay men, and also women that's pushing us.
no, nah, that's true. That's true. One of my homeboys, the last time I was talking to him, that live in New York, he work in the school system, and he said that's the worst part for him, the fact that he's a masculine man, a masculine black man, and they try to limit him. But the homosexual, more effeminate black men are accepted a lot more.
Mhm.
So what you saying is true, because he was just actually telling me that. He always got some black woman with a bad attitude who's his boss, or a homosexual black man, or a homosexual male, period. And
Mm-hmm.
because he's masculine, it's a lot of conflict. He go through a lot at work. He gotta accept a lot of bullshit. He gotta see things and act like he didn't see it. He gotta pretty much tuck his tail to keep his job. And he don't
Wow.
like that shit. He don't like that shit. But the end of the day, it's like, you a black man from the hood. How many times we get a chance to even work in the school?
Yep.
So, he doing something good, but like like a lot of our people, we take a lot of bullshit too, you
Right.
know. And over the years, we've constantly saw that with our people. You know, we want to be in these higher places, but we got to deal with sexism. We got to deal with racism. This is just shit we got to deal with,
Mhm.
you know. And I feel like it's never gonna change. It's gonna be the way it's gonna be, you know. But I do think more men should try to get on these boards. But you know, like we was just talking about, man, they got a lot of these, you know, LGBT men on these boards.
Yep.
Right.
They're not allowing masculine men to have certain positions in certain fields.
Hmm.
That's true. That's true. I agree with that.
Okay,
Right.
Mom.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
No, no, he's right because I saw the changeover when I did work in the school system over to the juvenile justice system, and the same thing was happening over there. I said, "Wow, this is crazy," you know, and it is a challenge, but he's right about that. You know, he's right about that. So it has to be a total influx of men to get put onto those positions.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you know, it,
Okay, so now, wow, that's good. I said for me, it's that and I want to ask one more question. I think I'm gonna ask one more question. And that's it for the night. There are some people. Well, let me answer this for. Then I ask the question. There are some people be thinking that that the policy of white supremacy does not exist. Now, how do your brothers answer that? Because we be hearing through our social media lately and throughout, especially on YouTube. How do y'all answer that in your way? It goes any of y'all.
Um, I'm gonna say I'm gonna say this, man. The end of the day, at the end of the day, we are not. And when I say we, I'm saying us as a group. We don't realize that we are in control of our own destinies. We believe that our destinies are in someone else's hands, and it really isn't. And so when I hear certain people say certain things about the whole word white supremacy, I have no choice but to agree with them. But a lot of us feel like it's real because of the things that happen. And I can't ignore that. I can't ignore that there is a system that is keeping us oppressed. Does that mean that these people are superior over us? No. But they damn sure making us believe that they are, because that's why they still in charge. And this is why you still have people who work for these people. And when I say work for them, I'm not talking about just going to your job every day, but actually work for them. Like work for the media outlets and keep the narrative going. But this system is definitely here to keep us oppressed. That's a fact. Does are they really superior to us? No. But do we believe that? Yes. And we've been trained to believe it. And we've been trained to never to not believe it. But when you just start to look at things from a specific standpoint, it'll click sometime. It'll click one day for some people. Because at the end of the day, how do you totally dominate a person? First, you must dominate them what? Mentally. So if I want to make you inferior to me, I have to tell you that you are.
Right.
I have to make you feel in everything in your life that I am superior to you. I am better than you. I have to make you feel that way.
Right.
And they've done a great job with that, with slavery. That's what slavery was.
Mm-hmm.
Not only was it the physical indoctrination, but it was the mental.
Right.
To where we still believe that what they had us believing back then. Where they had us believing that only a spook God could take us out of this situation.
Yeah.
And they still having us thinking like that to this day. When we gotta understand that it's about what we do. Because every other civilization that was oppressed by these people, a lot of them found a way out. And a lot of them to this day copy off of what they learned and what they people went through from dealing with these wicked white folk. You know? Because other places was ruled by them too. But look what they've got up and done. See, we need to take a page out of that book. What are we actually gonna do? You know, are we gonna integrate into the system that we claim is so fucked up? But you got people saying that we shouldn't integrate. Why not? Why why is the fact that most of your police departments are controlled by Italians and Russians and Jews is because they decided to do what? They decided to basically come in and take over your police departments and your fire departments. And this is how you gain leverage. This is what the mafia did.
Mm.
This is why I love watching gangster movies, because the real gangsters are the people that these other quote unquote gangsters are doing business with. See, they make us believe that they the gangsters. No, the ones that are the real gangsters are the people who these people are doing business with, who allowing the mob to operate, because the mob was allowed to operate.
Mm-hmm.
You see, and they paid money to continue to operate. This is why I love watching The Godfather, because what did their father tell Michael he was gonna become? He told Michael, "You're going to become a senator. You're going to run for Congress." This is a family full of gangsters.
Mm-hmm.
He told his youngest son, "You are going to be in politics." You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But we don't raise our children like that no more. We tell our kids, we want you to go to the NBA. We want you to go to the NBA. And I'm not saying if your kid don't have the skills, not to send them, because ain't nothing wrong with that. But going to the goddamn NBA is not going to change anything that go on in this world. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Other people send their kids into things where they can create leverage for themselves. See, we keep doing shit that's gonna keep us in the same predicament. Go be a basketball player, go be a football player. That's not gonna change nothing for niggas. All that's gonna do is change something for you and your family. But at the end of the day, the system is still gonna be the same. So regardless if you and your family is free, is that enough money? Or do you know what to do with that money so y'all can be financially free for the next 30, 40 years? See, a lot of us don't think like that either. A lot of us think if our children go to the NBA or the NFL, that money gonna last long. They could blow all that money
Mm-hmm.
if you're not teaching them certain things. You see what I'm saying? So that's what we got to do. We got to start infiltrating the system and being part of real things, man. You know they say, "Oh, don't join the police department. Don't do this. Don't do that." All right. Well, who? Somebody got to do it. Somebody got to do it. You wonder why you see all these white cops? Because white boys want to grow up and be police officers. But see, the way we grew up in the environment we grew up, we was taught to hate the police. See, we got to understand that a lot of the things that we was taught was based on the environment we lived in. Because environment dictates your mentality. Where you live also dictates how you think to some point.
Mm-hmm.
To some extent, it's going to dictate how you think. It's going to dictate how you respond.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
See, see, when you grow up and you got money, you don't. When you get older, you your whole motive is to do something bigger with your life than to just grow up and have money. See, most black people grew up without nothing. So we go into careers that's just gonna get us paid. So we go be rappers, we go be basketball players. But imagine if we was black mobsters and we had money for generations. Our great 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 grandfathers had money. Do you think our children is gonna want to grow up and play basketball? He gonna want to grow up and be somebody of power, be somebody of importance, because he already grew up with money. He already grew up with people in his family that got clout and all that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But we gotta start training our children and having those types of conversations. We gotta put those thoughts in their mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Start being creators of things that you love to do. This is what I tell my son. You love video games, you better go to coding school, and we putting him in a coding school this summer so he can learn how to code. You make your own video game. You can make your own Grand Theft Auto. You ain't gotta be like them. Be you.
Mm-hmm.
Start being creators, being producers of things. Look who in New York, or for the most part, but I'm gonna just use New York. Who runs the construction business? The Italians.
Science for a long time.
Come on. How
Mm-hmm.
you think they got in on all of that? Who runs the sanitation department? Italians.
Science, yup.
How you think they got in on all of that? They got in with the goddamn government. Some of they kids went and became senators and they got certain shit passed.
Mm-hmm.
That's gangster shit. That's
Mm-hmm.
real gangster shit. We
Mm-hmm.
running around killing people, but we own a goddamn construction site so we can get rid of the bodies. That's gangster.
Mm-hmm.
Not standing on a corner with some crack on you and a gun. That ain't gangster, homie. That's survival. You living at the lowest means of your life. You trying to survive. What's gangster is you could kill 30 people and bury the bodies under a building and have people living in the building. That's gangster. That's gangster, homie. You could go in the nail shop and go in the back of the nail shop and it's a brothel. That's what the Asians do. That's gangster. You walk in the back of a Chinese restaurant, it's a casino back there. That's gangster. That's gangster shit. That's real American gangster shit. And everybody takes part in that. You want to be gangster, you got to get in the game. We trying to create our own game. We don't even know how to play the game. You got niggas out here saying don't be part of the government. Like they know how to run a government. You don't even know how a government is ran. You don't know how a school system is ran. Why would you tell black people not to get in the school system? You don't even know how it's ran. See, we got to be more strategic, man. We got to start being more proactive and less reactive. That's the problem. Find out what you good at and find a way to get in, man.
Yeah.
Telling you. Or create a way for you to get in.
Yeah.
Create a lane for yourself.
Yeah. I agree on that totally. Yeah. And I think what the no. Go ahead, Mom's the one. I talk after you. Go ahead. Mom's the one. Hello? Breaking up.
You breaking up, bro. Go ahead, JT. Ahmed probably got to fix his shit, bro.
Yeah.
You know, he go in and out.
Yeah. And so, see, and going more on your point, I've been talking about the levels of government that we in for a long time. The way we got to be proactive about it. The way that we got to go about doing it. Because the ones that lay the foundation, some of us as a people, that's how they gained somewhat power like decades ago. And it seems like when I've been talking this for a very long time, I said about, let me say, I'd be 53. I said a little over 30. I said a little about, I said like my early 20s, I could say is very important. I had people come to me, hey man, hey, you don't know what you're talking about, man. We cannot gain power with us. You cannot say that. We have examples in the past, but the ones that we had in the past, they had not followed that up, and they be taking money underneath the table. But we have, we have to know how the government runs, and we have to know where do we put our power at, and we have to, and wherever it is, we got to groom our own. So our agenda could be developed, and we get what we want. Like I always say, the only way that we gonna create our own system, we have to get what we need in this oppressed system. At the same time, build on it, and hopefully one day we will have every resources to have our own community, have our own system, and govern our own system in every level. And it's like the system is playing chess and we playing checkers. And I found out A lot of us as a people, we don't want to put in the work. They don't even want to have conversations that we talk about. And to me, that's sad. That's sad. You don't even know who run for the at least councilman. It is sad that you don't even know that some of us don't even know what needs that we have to have in our community. It is sad that we don't even take the time to go to these free whatever they have free board meetings. We not there. It is sad. It is sad. It is sad.
I mean, because a lot of us, a lot of us just don't understand what's real gangster shit. You know, we was taught that gangster shit is what they show us in movies. Gangster shit is politics. Some of your most biggest street dudes, the number one thing they stayed away from was politics.
Mm-hmm.
And any known dude ever that was in the streets, female or male, the highest you go, the highest level you go in the criminal world is politics.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the biggest criminals lie. And if anybody ever watched The Wire, the best season to watch of The Wire is seasons 3, 4, and 5. Mainly 4 and 5 because season 4 brought in the aspect of politics. And when they brought in the aspect of politics, because remember, The Wire was shot in Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
So when they brought in the politics in media, it showed how the media and politics really affects the people in the city of Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
And how they was allowing drugs to be sold in certain areas in Baltimore. It was legal.
Mm-hmm.
They was allowing it. They had a whole, I think it was like a 2 to 3 block radius. They called it Amsterdam. Like how you could go to Amsterdam and
Mm-hmm.
smoke all the weed you want.
Mm-hmm.
And in The Wire, in one of the seasons in The Wire, they had an area called Amsterdam, where all the drugs in the city were sold within a 3 block radius. You had police out there allowing them to sell drugs so nobody get killed or none of that. And you really think the city of Baltimore wasn't getting no kickbacks of that money? They was. That's why they had the police there. They was allowing the drugs to be sold. Some people may say, oh man, that's just a TV show. But you got to pay attention to symbolism.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? You got to pay attention to symbolism.
Mm-hmm.
That's why one of the biggest dudes that was in The Wire who was a gangster, his name was Proposition Joe. Because he always came with a proposition. And not only that, he had connections to the government, to the city government,
Mm-hmm.
who knew he was a criminal, but he always came with a proposition.
You hear me?
So the problem is, bro, we don't understand what gangster shit is. We don't know what being a gangster is. Gangster shit is being a family.
Mm-hmm.
Being a gangster is being a family man. That's what the mobsters were. They were family men, men of honor, men of respect, family men, family business. So when we talk about government, we can't talk about government if we don't understand or operate as a family first,
Yeah.
because that's where government begins. That's what a government is. So if we can't govern our own households, we can't govern each other as black folk.
Half these people out here complaining about politics don't even understand what's going on in with their children. They ain't even into the politics of the youth. You see what I'm saying? So we gotta start from the basics first. We gotta get our families right. Then we could talk about creating some type of government, because that's what the government that we live up under, that's what it's built on, family. They talk about the Illuminati, those are a bunch of families. A bunch of families. So we that's what we need to work. The government we need to work on is our households.
First.
That's our government, our families. Can you get along with your cousin that you didn't get along with when y'all was young? Can you get along with him? Can you get along with your sister even though y'all don't really get along? How are y'all gonna make y'all relationship work? This is how government works. You think everybody that's in the government get along with each other?
Nope.
But they sit down, they hash shit out for what? Because the bigger issue here, what we need to be accomplishing is what? A legacy for what? Our family.
Families, yeah.
And this is why you see families run the government. George, look at the Bushes, look at the Clintons, all family.
The Trumps.
The Trumps, families.
Families, yeah.
The Obamas.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So we gotta get our shit right we gotta start from the foundation. You know, we gotta understand what makes up a government, what makes up all of this stuff. You know, so that's my take on the last question, bro.
All right, thank you. Stay right there. Muhammad's the one. You fixed your link. You fixed the Have you fixed your problem? Hello?
Nah, he probably still trying to because he just muted himself again.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I know for me it's well, I know for me it's like and it's an excellent point that you're talking about there with families and stuff that also talk about that for a long time too. And it goes for today. You know? I hear people like, especially on YouTube, like, oh, I don't this I ain't part of this government. What do you mean you ain't part of this system? What the fuck you talking about you ain't part of the system? How the fuck you think you gonna get your income tax? How the hell you pay your rent? How you go to the store and get your damn food? What makes you think that you exempt from the system? You're talking crazy. It ain't got nothing to do with it and all thing. I said, so all right, so go tell that you ain't part of the system, and then after that, what's gonna happen to your job? Go tell your go tell the people in the community center that watch over your kids for 6 or 7 hours. I ain't part of the system. And you see what happened to your child. And my point is, family, that go ahead, mommy.
Right.
Hello? Oh, okay. So Yeah, that's true. That's an excellent point, Redcons. Real gangsters are barely even seen, and so, yeah, and that's our problem too. Us as a people, we have to be out there instead of being the underground. Make this money and provide for our family. Look at the movie Goodfellas, where them Italians was getting caught. They even have their own kitchen. They had their own rooms. They even have food to export back and come back and forth. And them Whartons, they was getting money underneath the table at his pit. But our people, we loud. We loud. We gotta be seen. And we wonder why we don't have things for ourselves. We wonder why we don't want to work hard and learn to work underground. Just as them Jews did, just as them Italians did, just as them Chinese. Every nationality had did this except us as a people. And you wonder why they have all these resources right now. Now, through the press system, yes. But majority of it, they play ball. They play to win. Just as us, it's like we play in a baseball game, but we willing to stay on third fucking base. And that is sad. That we are not willing to change our attitude so we get what we want. And everything that we fought for centuries and even for decades, every nationality has benefited except us. Because you know why? After we struck out the game, we actually give. It's like we playing a double header. It's like, all right, we win, but we giving the ball to the next team so they can have full advantage to get back in the game. And then when they tie it up, after that, then it goes 1 out of 3, and then when they won that game, that's it. They took and ran with it. When we learned how to learn the system, what it is, and learn what the government is, and play ball. But a lot of us, we don't want to pay the price. We don't even want to have conversations like this. We don't. So I always say it again, when we had these man talks, some of these men outside don't even damn complain. If you're not willing to find solutions, if you're not willing to build yourself up first, to strengthen your masculinity, to be better men, to be better husbands, to be better boyfriends, wherever it is, be better uncles, to be better godfathers. So I would say the ones that be talking all that junk, it's up to y'all. But the voiceless ones, we gonna act on, and we gonna look at your fake ass over analyzing fools. So Aaron, Muhammad's the one. Muhammad's the one. Well, I guess he still had technical difficulties and stuff like that.
But yeah, bro, I'm getting ready to jump off, bro.
All right, man. Last remarks, and I close it out.
Yeah, shout out to everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Um, hopefully next week we get some more brothers in here to talk on, so they'll just have men talk or whatever. Shout out to you, bro. Thanks for doing this. And shit, I'll see you next week, bro.
All right, man. Thank you. Thanks. Shout out. Support of She Stay Sleeps. The channel. Very much appreciate. Support everybody. And thanks again. She Stay Sleep. Have a great night.
Peace.
All right. Um. Muhammad's the one. We're trying to wait. Muhammad's the one. Oh, okay. Let me see. I'm trying to get him back on so he can say his last remarks. Then I'm gonna close this motherfucker out. But I wanted the ones who came in. Thanks for coming. Very much appreciated. Get back to Junior Elder.
Hello.
Hello. Wow, you was having problems, huh?
Yeah, I was trying to go through everything on this phone because it's a new phone and everything. Anyway, my last remark is thank you for having me again. Much respect due to you, brother. And it's time for the rubber to meet the road, brother. Uh, we have to, like I said, heal ourselves first. Like Chief says, get ourselves together. You know, we can't just come once or twice and just call it a day. This has to be a constant movement. People are gonna have to either put up or shut up. You understand? Because it's about that time, man. It's about that time. And listen, man, I'm willing to go all in if everybody else is willing to do what we have to do to improve our community. But the thing is, people are gonna have to want to do it. So it's we got a few brothers that's willing to do it, but we're gonna have to do the same thing. Everybody else is gonna have to pitch in. Just pitch in. Just pitch in, man. Doesn't take much to do.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much to do, because I know people are sick and tired of living like this. So, we include a nation within a nation. You see what I'm saying? So, listen, it can be done. It's just that our people just have to stop being fearful, stop being afraid. Let's step out into the unknown. We don't know what's on that other side. You understand? So,
Yeah.
And let's go for it, man. Because listen, I don't know how long I got left on this earth, but this ain't for me. This is gonna be for the people behind me and for generations to come. So whatever I do, I'm willing to lay it all down on the line. And that's the bottom line, brother. And those are my last remarks.
All right, stay right there. I said for me, thanks again. So, John, the ones who came through for the man's talk, thank you so much. Trying to get more brothers on, didn't work out. Hope it be next week. Look at my in the chat. I post what I did lately. It's on Thursday. And I did 2 Thursday. One, two. Rick, did I do 1 or 2? No, I did 1 Thursday and I did both Friday because today is Saturday. And want y'all to check it out. Also, check out the sports show that we did earlier this week. Okay, family. So let's get them likes up on those. Let's get some likes up. But we we did a lot. We did a lot this week, the family. So respect that. So let's get them lights up, okay? Okay, and let's protect our women. So on that note, this been successful. This been successful, and I appreciate the ones who coming. And I'm the most like I might have a goodie later on today. I think I'm trying to knock out. I'm trying to knock out 2 lives. So watch out for that. You know, if I feel up to it, you know, I'm gonna keep on grinding no matter what. Always grind for gotta start for me, definitely, but always grind for our people, grind for humanity. So on that note, this man talk is Ghettoast.